Let's look if it works. Seems good. Just started a live stream this morning because just thought today, well, I want to do that. First time I just pressed the live button. I hope the microphone works. I can see myself on the screen. Video should work. So I'm here to explain some things. I think that many people already do know me. I have published some books. I am a person that is mainly working in religious things, and I'm publishing only religious books. And books that bring me into much trouble because it exposes all evil things. I mean all evil things. All evil things without any exception, which no one else is doing so far. Sadly, because they're afraid to die, they're afraid to be killed, they're afraid to be captured at night and brought to a place where you do not want to be. Everyone around me, I mean here in Austria, I live in Ramsau am Dachstein. Ramsau is the place, a village, a small village. And I don't know, maybe 3,000 people, many cows. And Dachstein is the mountain in our village. Big mountain, 3,000 meters high. And the people here in Austria, Styria is the region of Austria. The people in our village, they know me, they know about me, but I'm the only one who stands up to say things that no one dares to say. And people know about me, but they don't say it publicly. They do know about me. They do. They don't write on the internet about me. They don't talk on the phone much, probably, about me. Maybe somewhere where there is not much internet connection and where you can be listened to, heard, where your phone is hacked and listened to, where they hear your calls secretly. Yeah, people are very afraid to talk about me. When I go outside, I mean, if I'm somewhere, in a few minutes I will be the only one at that place. And even if it's a restaurant. On plains, on fields, I'm the only one walking. If I'm somewhere. People, I don't talk to any person ever. Almost. Only where I have to. Where it's connected to some work thing to do. Not really. Even then, no personal things. Almost never. I don't have any friends. I don't have any people to know. Even the relatives. I mean, everyone is far away from me. Only the people that live in the same house as I do. With those I have, yeah. So, those I live. Yeah. And it is because it was not always this way, and people know that. They have told this far and wide, secretly, not very public. People know me very much. I have published a video 2021. It's now not online anymore because it was just a brief message to all the leaders of all countries. But I have written now these things in books, I mean small books, even only a small letter. And I have published very big books, but they are not from me, they are handed over to you, which the churches should have done, but they rejected to do it because of their own reasons, which are explained in these books. And you can read these books. They explain everything. I will not explain things here and now very detailed because it's the internet and I don't like the internet. And I call you to shut it down if possible, or at least to don't use it if not necessary at all. Even if you shut down a company, if someone can do that, if many could do that, and you could come to a world where the internet does not exist anymore slow and step by step would be the best thing. People are saying I talk against internet and I use it. Well, I'm required by superiors. But I call to them, I mean all churches and all leaders of all countries, to do as much as possible to use not much of the internet, because it brings with it only evil things, and the good things, they are swallowed by all the evil things. Everyone is naked everywhere. Shut it down. Shut it down. It is not allowed to do such things. As a human being who has to keep a moral standard. Shut it all down. I'm calling you to do that. Everyone. I mean, I cannot do anything more than say that. And if you don't do it, I'm not guilty anymore. I'm not guilty anymore. I'm not guilty anymore. And I have said to shut down the Catholic and Protestant Church. For which reason I was very much persecuted. I mean, very much. Very much. No one in the whole world can be persecuted as much as I am. No one. Even if he is tortured every day. No one. I can tell you that. Everyone knows. All people know around me, everyone. All neighbors. Neighbor to the north, neighbor to the south, neighbor to the west, and neighbor to the east. And no one helps me. And I have waited for such a long time. And it was the night, was so friendly to everyone. So friendly. All the time, my whole life. I wished no one any evil thing, and I gave my life to help everyone. And all that everyone has done is to kill me. Try to kill me. They did not accomplish it. Everyone. I mean, all professions around, every profession, everyone in his workplace, high and low people. Everyone. This is a conspiracy, but not a secret one, and not a hidden one, and not a theory, but a conspiracy that happens, where everyone is involved against one cause that is good. And it has been so for now 2,000 years, and I'm the last person to tell you that it has been enough. I'm the last person. You had time. I'm calling you Christians. You had time, and you failed. And I am saying this with authority, that every single person failed on this planet. And you have no time now to change. You have been told so, but it has been over now. And I'm here to tell you these things. And many people have been waiting for something that has happened already, and they did not recognize it because they were deluded. The Christians, they waited for something. You know what? You're still waiting for something. Every Christian is waiting for something. It has happened already. You will not believe that. You will not believe that because it was not public. And you say, well, it was public. It was very public. And it was wide and broad. No. I'm telling you, there have been now things revealed. I mean, sentences written on paper that you can order, and they can be at home, and they can be ordered everywhere, more or less easy, everywhere on the whole world. And these sentences, they contain things that are the things that you have been waiting for, and you have missed it. They are available for when did I publish it? It was 2023 available, 2024 available, 2025 available. For years now. And I mean, the time is over. I mean, did you not realize that this was the thing that you waited for? You killed every single person that was like me in the last 2,000 years. I mean, you evangelicals, you killed every single person last 500 years since the Reformation that was like me. And you Catholics, you killed in the last 1,000 or 1,500 years. Whenever you came up slowly, you killed every single person. You could even say 1,700 years for 1,700 years, or 1,600 years. For 1.5 millennium, you killed every single person on the whole planet. On the whole planet. Because you had jurisdiction everywhere. Ask the ancient tribes who built that Catholic Church that long time ago in their region. You killed everyone who stood up against it. You have the world power, and the evangelicals too. And you group together, more or less outwardly outspoken, clear. You group together to kill everyone who was like me. And I have proof, eyewitness proof, out of every century from the last 2,000 years until 1670 or something. It was handed down by them, collected by them, and given to me over some evil people. And I have again published it in German, but it was available already. It is available. No one talks about it. As many things are. They are available. They're not really secret. They're just somewhere lying in a corner, dust on it. No one talks about it. No one cares. Some people talk much about it, but don't really care. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I'm here to explain these things. I'm here probably more often. I will see. Depends on how people will respond. If people will respond, maybe I can do a live stream again. I don't know. I don't know. I could do that every day, the whole day. Someone cares. Every day, the whole day. Someone cares. I'm talking in English. Why I'm here? I'm native German speaker. Why I'm talking English? Well, talking to the whole world. More people speak English than German, I suppose. I'm sure you could tell me how many of each language. So I'm talking English. America, you are talking English. And you are Europeans, former Europeans. You took a country that's not yours, occupied it now for hundreds of years, killed all Indians. No one cares to steal things. No one says something about it. You were all wrong, all churches, for not saying that. For not giving the country back to the Indians. It's not yours. You know whose country that was. And I even have the documents. Who inherited it in the first place. And you erased the documents. You erased them. And I've published them. It was not a good idea doing that. Mass murdering millions of Indians. And never saying sorry and thinking you have any right to live anymore. In a country, in any country whatsoever. Murderers do not have a right to live in any country, not even in a prison. Because they're still alive. If you kill someone, you have forfeited the right to life. And if a government is not inflicting these things upon the people, it will come upon everyone, because no one is saying it. And if you spot a naked woman online, and do not go to your government and tell them to shut it down because it's not allowed, you have forfeited the right to life. Because being naked in public is too bad to have still the right for life. You know, you read these things every day. I'm talking now also, especially to all the people in America and also to Europe and everywhere. But America brags to be the leader of the whole world. The Vatican also in some way. America, Israel, of course. Everyone who is big, great, and has much fame and power. I'm talking to you all, also to Africa, China, and everywhere. Australia, whole world, Russia, everyone. Middle East. I'm talking to you as leaders, to you, even the children, the parents, lawyers, doctors, physicians, normal workers, religious people, religious leaders, everyone. Many of you are meeting once a week to read things together that have been handed down by good people to you. And in there, many things are written of which I'm not going to talk directly about, because I'm here online. And a filthy place is not suitable for such talk. Maybe the world will change, and I hope so. That something great will happen. That you will listen to me, and that you will listen to me, and that the whole world will change. I have said that some years ago, and your reaction was not good, and I'm saying it again now. Listen to me, and do what I'm saying. Every single thing, I'm correct in what I'm saying and what I'm doing. Contrary to, let's pick out the Evangelicals, Catholics, Evangelicals, let's pick out the Evangelicals. Contrary to what the Evangelicals have been saying for 500 years now. Let's talk about Evangelicalism. Martin Luther was a German. I have read his books. Not much, a little bit, the important things in the as he wrote it, even the photocopy of his time with the old German, very old German, and different letters, some of them. But it's not difficult to understand. It is normal as I speak today. We have the language as he had it. So, what did he say? when he invented a new thing, it has been rehearsed now for 500 years, was all wrong. You see the results of it. It has to be wrong, you see the results of it. Many countries have been outspoken evangelical, declared evangelical for some time after the Reformation. They had the symbol of Luther in their coat of arms. It's still today in our village. I have documented these things that have been done by the evangelicals. You know a book that is called Martyrs' Mirror by Tilleman van Bracht, Dutch. It is in English translated, in German, Märtyrerspiegel, Martyrs' Mirror. And I have written a few words in the German version of it, and there I've explained some things. In English it was available, I don't have to publish it. But I explain these things now that, you know it already, it has been secretly passed on already, but I'm now making it more public, and I hope it will be more public, everything. I hope everything will be more public. So I'm stating it here not as something that you do not know or that people do not know, but something just to restate something, or re-emphasize it or make it more clear. So, and the Martyrs' Mirror is about the people who were killed, and they were killed by Martin Luther. And they were not just one person or two or three, there were whole countries blotted out. People groups blotted out. Which people groups? Well, Christians. What? Martin Luther was a Christian. How can he do that? Well, he was an anti-Christian. And to this day, every single evangelical who has something to do with evangelicalism is anti-Christian. And he is the beast that you know that should not be followed. And the Catholic Church is the second one, you know, should not be followed. And you have killed every single Christian on the face of the earth. How? How did he do that? I can tell you, you were deceived. And there is no way now to escape. Because you have now taken the sigma that you should not have taken. And I can tell you this by mere history, and it can be looked at everywhere online or somewhere, everywhere. If you try to find it, I can help you by saying these things, and you will go and you will find it everywhere. And there will be no contradiction. They will all say the same thing as I am saying. And it is not a theory. And you know it already. And you decided not to help me. I have made it public now for years. For years. This letter I have written is available now for years. And people have read it. And I ask in that letter is an orange big letter, a book, a very thin book, 25 or 24 pages, something like. And the font is extremely huge, so you can read it in no time, the whole letter. A few euro available online, Amazon, few dollar, as low as they allowed me to sell it. I don't even get a cent. But I don't need a cent. I don't need it for the printed things. I don't need it. I want to say these things. That's why I publish it. And I have said in that letter, you should help me, and you did not. And there is a time when it's too late. If there is a person who did not know me and did not know about me, well, I'm not against you. You now know it. So please do what you can what your conscience tells you what is good to do. And your children, I'm talking to you, your parents, they knew these things, they did not tell you, they did not care. Listen to me. I speak what is right. And I'm helping you to start a life that is good, as a good person. And you know, instinctively, in your heart, you know it, that it's true what I'm saying. You can see it in my eyes. You can see it in my posture, you can see it. Maybe even in the room. Maybe it's just somewhere. You can know it. You can know it. Listen to me. Listen to me. So, what has been done? What has been done? What did he invent? Martin Luther. The people believed. Well, he invented that it's not about doing good things. That's what he did. This is his heritage. I mean, you can state it in big names, you can state it in great words, but this is what it was about. He said it's not about what you do, but just what you just believe, what you think. But this is, I mean, you know it's wrong. You know it was wrong. You know it was wrong. And you were deceived. The main message was wrong. And I'm telling you these things not as someone who did not give his life for helping you, my murderers. You, my murderers. Even after you have decided to kill me, very directly. I mean, you have been at my house so often, even the SWAT, I mean everyone, high and low, everyone. You're constantly surrounding my house with cars at night, at day. Technologically, I mean, I can see it in all devices. Cannot be hidden completely. It was, I'm saying this to you. It was wrong what you did. It was wrong. And you know that it was wrong. And that the main message of evangelicalism, which supposes to be the light for the whole globe, is in fact the greatest darkness that ever swept the face of the earth. And everyone believed it. There are evangelicals in governments, government positions. I mean, whole countries have branches of it, very big branches of it. I mean, Catholics too, of course. But Catholics, I mean, everyone knows about them already. But it was more tricky for evangelicals. It has to be a two-party system. It is a one party, but with two branches, evangelicals and Catholics. If you don't like the one, you go to the others. But both are the source of all evil on the face of the earth. And I can explain these things to you more and more and more, directly and more clearly, if it's possible, if, I mean, my devices are working, if just works out to do that. I could do that. I have time to do that. Maybe there is even at some stage some commentary in the chat, maybe a question that I could respond to. I don't know what will happen if I can go live again. I would see. I cannot promise anything with all these big things that depend on biggest structures, satellites. We don't know what happens in an hour. We don't know what will be tomorrow. Sometimes I have to leave, do other things, and then come back if possible to be live to talk about these things, because normally I suppose that there should be quite some people who would be interested in it. Well, yeah. So I can do that. Because the whole world is very wrong. And you don't know. And I'm talking to you religious people. You may not like the word religious, but I call you like that. So there is a good religion and a bad religion. And you decide what you are. I decide what I'm. Well, but let's call it just religious, to make it simple. And evangelicals, Protestants, evangelicals. In German, evangelisch or evangelical. Evangelical Church, Evangelische Kirche in German. Well, let's talk about that, because I was raised in, not raised in Evangelical Church. I was sprinkled as an infant. I never went to church. Never read the things that they read. Then I went to a youth group of the state church in the region here in our village. I became the leader of it immediately. Then I was the preacher in the church. Twice, just occasionally, just on Christmas and on Easter, once. That was it. And then I was thrown out of it because I said it's not allowed to be a member of that church. Well, then I went to another church. That same thing happened again. Went to another church, studied theology, thrown out. And then there was nothing left. I was alone. I went through all evangelical circles. I was alone. Drove thousands of kilometers in Africa to churches to help their leaders, trying with things. Yeah, we delivered books that they could not get another way. We drove by car, and you can send everything just online. But yeah, that's what we have done just for a few months. Once, yeah, but I've been in America, visited the major leaders, even in Africa, here in Europe. Great names, yeah. Talked to them personally. Well, and what I got from them is that they had nothing against me per se. No thing to criticize or to argue away, or that I should be proven wrong. No, it was in fact the opposite. Admitting rather admitting that I'm right and they're wrong. Really, in one way or the other, more or less, more or less. I mean, there can always be people who say things without a reason and invent things which they have done, even legally, which I don't know anything about. Well, it's another story. So I have studied the whole of church history, every branch, every major theme, more or less, some things more, which were more relevant to me, some things less, some things I left out. But I know how the last 2000 years were, and I can tell you, someone who was involved in these circles, what they do, what they say and what they mean, even in secret, I can tell you. And I'm telling you these things that they have told me in secret. I'm telling you these things in public. They have said I should not. I'm so to say involved, or someone who was in the first place right there. Well, they've handed me down the letters of Martin Luther, which he wrote with John Calvin. How to get away with killing all the Christians and still saying you are one. And I can read these letters. And I know the language of Martin Luther is native language. And I can tell you that all main things that he said were invented to justify the murders of Christians. And if you think about that, the scales, you see it. They're off your eyes. If you know, because if you think about it, you know, if you're involved in these circles, that this is the mindset. And you know it already, but I'm explaining it now more public and more directly with video also, not just with print. Although print is much better, because you can read it in a secluded place where there's no naked people running around, no ads, no advertising naked things. No one wears clothes, no one cares. It's all wrong. You're all child molesters by letting the children run around like that. Not just one leader somewhere. You're all doing that. You're giving the stage for them. Not just the leaders. You are even more guilty than the leaders. Dress your daughter properly if she's underage. And tell her how to dress. And if she doesn't do it, throw her out of her house and never look at her again. And if you don't do it, you're an evil person. This was the religion that you killed. And this was the religion that 2000 years was killed. And you have done it again. You have now done it again. Israel has done it once, and now the Christians have done it again. The same thing. You have killed the person that you waited for now for 2000 years. You've killed that person. You have killed that person. It's not me. But I'm speaking about it. And this is enough. You should not be around like I'm here. But it's enough if it is spoken about it. This is enough. You've waited for something that you killed. The Jews did the same. 2000 years ago. And they did it now again. Twice. And you did it now once. But this was your last chance. You only had one chance. You Christians, I'm telling you, Evangelicals and Catholics. And I'm talking not just to Evangelicals and Catholics, but all people who have some similarities to them, some religious people. If you do not stand up against these two religions, you are one of them. Because you are just silent about their evil deeds. They are all evil, And there's not just one grandma somewhere in a secluded place knitting for her child, for her grandchild, some socks. No, even she is in the same way, guilty for not saying something publicly against his leaders. If everyone would say something publicly, every single person, no one could be a leader. Because if no one follows you, there is no leader. If you go to a war and your leader is not in the first row, don't go there. You don't serve a coward. And I'm literally talking about war and today. If your leader is not in the first row, don't go there. Why should you follow a coward? You will lose. You will lose. You're all stupid. That's what you are. Foolish, stupid people. Evil people that should be not remembered anymore. They should not get a tombstone. They should not be written on a document. I mean, even the soil, even the very soil that you live on, is not worth to be walked on anymore because of you. And you've been told so. You have been told so. I'm not exaggerating. It can really not be used anymore. It should be left desolate where you walked. And I mean, you're talking about changing a country some to the better. I mean, no. It is not even funny. It is not even fun. It is not even worthy for a joke. Saying that. You believe these things. I mean, let's just name one thing. One thing. I've mentioned it already. If you just see one person who is indecent online, and you don't state it within a time frame that is possible to state it publicly, that it should be done away with, you are guilty to such a high degree that you are not even allowed have a right to live anymore. You don't have a right to live anymore. If there's a whore somewhere and no one cares, the whole country will be guilty of committing that whoredom, which is death. And if the whole community knows about it and it is not done away with, the whole community deserves to be blotted out. I mean, it should not be in a country. It should not exist in a country. And the soil should not be used anymore. So tell me, which soil in this whole planet should be used again? Go to Mars. As soon as you think about it, that soil is also unusable because you thought about it. I mean, it's that serious. It's that serious. No mistake is allowed. You should be perfect. And you've been told so. And Martin Luther said, no, no. But I'm saying, yes, you should be. Why did he say no? Because people who were perfect, as humanly possible, came to him and told him that he was wrong, and he killed him. And then he said, in our religion, it's not about being perfect, and those who say so, they should be killed. And now they say, we don't kill them anymore, but we throw them out of our communities. And later they kill them secretly, if they are too influential. That's what evangelicals do. That's what your everyday pastor does, in secret. If he's in a higher rank, is he very, very known? He knows these things. Even very low people, low rank pastors know these things. Not very well known. No name pastors. They know these things around the corner. Those who live around the corner, with that church and with that congregation, with that assembly around the corner. I can tell you these things because I've been in these. I mean, societies long enough. And it's not about the secret society and the Jesuits and however they call themselves, some orders of the Catholic Church. Well, they are the same, but they do. I mean, it's not a secret thing. I can lay it out to you, and you can understand it, and you can go to them and ask them, and they may tell you what they will tell you, and you can think about it whatever you want to think. Is it right what they say or not? Are they escaping? Are they searching for excuses? Because if you ask them directly to their face, it is hard to lie that you do not know. That's why they don't want to talk about that face to face. They don't want to. They don't want to. Really. 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 Yeah, I mean, my tradition is called Anabaptists. People have called it like that. You can like the name or not. I mean, it's a derogatory name. It's a mockery. This is the thing that was remembered from them. There are none anymore worthy martyrs. None. If you don't stand up against the Evangelical Church, which they're not doing today, you are not worthy to talk in public. You are fostering the main evil. And if you die for it, your death has no value. Many die for that. Many die for Evangelicalism. Even for Catholicism, people died. They fought against each other oftentimes. Well, they invent stories together. They rewrite history. They hand you down documents and say it's complete. Well, do you believe a murderer? Do you believe a murderer? They do not really apologize for the murders they did. They apologize, but they still keep their name. You should reject the name altogether. The whole system. That's how it is even done with the Second World War. I mean, you don't like parts of it. You don't like parts of it. You have to leave it back. Leave it all back behind you. You have to leave the whole system, and there should not be a person ever to talk about it again. And I'm calling you now today to leave evangelicalism, leave Catholicism behind. Even all you leaders, leave it behind and don't ever practice it again. Because you see what it has done. And the world will go down because you have heaped up so much punishment that it cannot be reversed. Even if the whole world now is the best world, it changes to the best. It does not, in the smallest way, do away what you've done. Because what you've done, you will get. And this is contrary to evangelicalism. And this is what I'm here to say. That everyone deserves that which he has done, not which someone else has taken away from him. This is wrong. This is just wrong. And if you now think that this, what I have said now, is a big problem, it's because you've been brainwashed. Listen again, read again, look at it again. It was all about that you do and give your best. And if some mistake happens inadvertently without knowing it, well, someone else can take it, then there is a possibility. But not if you do something willingly. You have done all things willingly. And you said as an excuse, oh, I did not know. But you knew. This is the problem. And in the end, you will get what you deserve. And from your childhood on, you should do the right things. If you have not done that, there is no way to say sorry and then it's blotted out and done away with. No. Name me one person who did not get what he deserves in his life or later on. Even all the good persons If they did something wrong and they deserved to die, they got something more severe than death in their whole entire life. They got a miserable life until they died. Although they were happy, but there were so many troubles. So many troubles. As dying all over again all the time. There was not a single person who did not get these things. And for all the rest, the things that you have done without knowing, I mean, some good person can take something on himself. Well, this is possible. This is, I mean, of course, but this is not all about that. Mainly, and without doing much good things all the time, focusing on that, because that's the main thing. It's the main thing. Otherwise, I mean, and you know that, but you have just not really emphasized it. Really not emphasized it. You have not emphasized it. You state it, but you don't mean it. And when I was with you, I thought you mean it. But then I asked again, and then you stated it in a way that I know you don't mean it. You say it's not about what you do. Well, I can tell you. The standard of everything that you will receive is what you have said and what you've done and what you've thought. And it's even about every single word that you said. You have to explain it, and if you cannot explain it, you're guilty, and if you're guilty, no one else will take it because you knew what you've done. You knew what you've done. And if you explain it and you did not know, well, then there is a possibility. Well, there is a possibility. But it's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, it is easy if you only want to do good things. It's very easy. Very easy. But for humankind today, I mean, it's not 1 in a million. It's not even 1 in a billion. It is so rare that you can find a whole generation without even one person trying to do these things. It is so rare. What do you think? You think, I mean, every second person is a good person? You don't even like the name good person. This is your problem. You don't even like the name good person. Why? Because Martin Luther said that. And the like. And those after him. You draw things out of some words of some good people and make a whole system which rejects 97% of all the other words the good people have handed over to you. That's what you've done. And you know, good people talk in a way that can be misunderstood, so that evil people entangle themselves, that they entangle themselves in their words. As I'm now entangling myself in my words. Yeah. At least not morally, just with the tongue. But, well, I often state things that can be misunderstood. And it will be misunderstood for the detriment of another person. But if that person is evil, I've done a good thing. If I vote a good person for an evil country, I'm a bad person. If I vote the worst person for an evil country, I'm a good person. Good people have done that. You have read the stories. You've read it all the time. They wanted a leader who kills everyone because everyone deserves to die. If you don't like war, you are evil. Because should a good country have peace all the time? No. And the people that were of me, they even said that they would go to war for the opposite party of their country because their own country deserves to die. They even said these things and they were killed as being traitors. But they were right, and they died for a good cause. And it will be rewarded for them. But you're against war. Of course, you should not kill someone, start a war and all, and not even defend yourself. I mean, just give the country over to the next person. They are not worse than you in leading it. It cannot be. I mean, it just doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. If no one stops to killing the other person first, no one will stop killing anyone. Someone has to start. I mean, if no one starts not killing someone, no one will ever start. And you have to be the first. You have to be an example. And I'm calling you now to do these things. Every single war. Just heed my words and don't do it anymore. And all the rest, you know what you should do. I'm not here to say new things. Everyone knows these things, more or less. Some details, maybe about history. I mean, you're not born with that innate feeling of what happened before you. You have to search it out. Well, but you will find out. You will find all these things out. When you look at the people who came afterwards, I mean, their ancestors they should be the same, should have been the same people. You can find these things. You don't have to be very old. I'm not old. 2000 years ago, you killed someone. What was the age? Yeah, my age. My age. You seem to forget everything, I think. You've done now the same thing all over again. All over again. And now I'm speaking here from the airwaves to you, down to this earth, from the sky. Yeah. That you made all this structure foolishness. You should have never done that. It's just a foolish thing, a big tower, a stupid tower. It will always come crashing down, things like that. Yeah, but if you made a system, you cannot get rid of it. Well, it happened before. That happened before already. You cannot get rid of things. Really, it's not, even if you try, it's not possible, because if you started a big thing, I mean, you cannot trim it down so much that it becomes a good thing anymore. It's not possible. Some things are too great and too complex and cannot be trimmed down. I mean, everyone can try his best. Should he try his best and not become more and more and more guilty every day, but to stop with that guilt that you have, and at least don't make it better, but at least don't make it in the same pace worse than you did. You will make it worse, I suppose. Most people will. Maybe some children, they don't have done evil things knowingly. I mean, they don't know. They not. But the adults, especially if you're old, I mean, you cannot change quickly that you stop doing bad things, really, because you are just crazy. You're just deluded. You will always do bad things because you think it's good. You're just wrong in everything. If you're 25, you have not yet so far from being at age, you're still figuring things out normally. In general, you can change things. Well, you may have done many things not knowing what you've done, but if you're 40, you figure out, if you've not been in a coma for a long time, you figured out how the world is. You did so many things knowingly. I mean, yeah, it's hard if someone is hard-hearted like that. It's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. You can forget things. Try as much as you can. Try as much as you can. Do otherwise. Do otherwise. So I've now talked for an hour. I've said many things. If someone listens to that, I don't know if a person will listen to that. Maybe he's waking up. Hopefully the whole world, and it will change. I can't change the whole world if I want to. And if it's necessary. And if it's possible. It happened before. I'm not less than the people who started the thing 2000 years ago. Because, I mean, the beginning is good, but the end is better. Well, I have been, I mean, I'm prepared to do these things. I've been preparing myself to do these things. It's not just wake up and do something. No. But many of you, possibly more than I could think of, know these things about me already. And I enjoy doing good things, but I'm not enjoying helping you. I'm not helping you. I don't want to. I'm saying these things for myself and for the people with me, and just to do my work. That is what I'm doing, to do that, but not to help you because I don't like you. And I should not help you. Because helping evil people is the wrong thing. I mean, if there is a beggar before my house, I would give him something. But if he's online and I could send something, I will not do it because I don't know him and I don't care about him. He's not near to me. I don't care. Someone else would take the money. That would not be a problem. I've done a good thing. I'm not trying to help a country. Just trying, if someone is next to me, not to be too mean. But that's it. I don't have to do more. Of course, if someone is starving to death in front of my house, I'll give him something, but it's not the case. It's not the case. And the government cares about people. And I'm paying the government, so I'm happy with that. But I do love people that are very evil, as everyone has done, all good people. But you've been given down to you the thoughts of the good people, and you read them all the time. And mainly they are saying you should hate everyone that is evil. They're saying that 99 times, and one time they say, well, you should also love them. But why? Why should you love them when they're evil? Why should you love someone who's evil? Are you not evil if you do that? Well, you have to look at why they do it. Why they do it. You love them because this brings them down even more. Because they will be more angry at you. They will hate you even more. And this will bring them down even more. That's why you love them. Not for a good cause, really. And if you do that for a good cause, you are evil. You are evil. And this is what Martin Luther has taught. I mean, it's the complete, crazy, insane opposite of what you should have done. And you have been heralding that to all the world every week, at least once, in many groups. Are you insane or what? Are you insane? The worst thing that you can do to children, the worst thing that you can do to society, the worst thing that you can do to any religious group whatsoever is saying that you should love evil people and that it's not about doing good things. I mean, the whole world has never heard more evil words than the evangelical message. And it's even also the Catholic message. They at least try to do good things more than the evangelicals.